welcome back to another episode of The Average Uninformed. This week we are checking out Van Helsing because why not? Hugh Jackman, let's go. Grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy.
Happy Halloween, Victor.
Happy Halloween.
Cool.
How many visitors did you get tonight?
I don't know. I wasn't at the door. I took my daughter out trick-or-treating.
Nice, the easy way.
No, it wasn't that easy. It was pouring rain out tonight. It was cold and wet. It was all right, though, because she just had like a little bag, and within like 15, 20 minutes, it was just overflowing with stuff. So it's
nice.
like, oh, we got to go home now.
Probably the best case scenario for like a rainy Halloween.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I've been sick all week. Oh, by the way, if you're like one of those keeners who likes to listen to our episodes as soon as they drop, sorry that the last episode was late. It was a heck of a week for both of us.
Yeah.
I was sick all week, and then by the time I actually got to editing it, Victor was not ready for it anymore.
No. I think I've gotten 8 hours in the last 3 days of sleep. So
yeah, you should sleep more.
Yeah, I should, but good old work. Freelance life. It's always good.
What's that?
Freelance life.
Oh, I thought you said 3 months late. I was like, what?
Oh,
why are you just hire someone else if it's 3 months late? Why are you still in the project? Just fire you, move on.
Nah, they really like me.
Yeah, this week has been rough. I literally had like a cycle of sickness of where like it starts off slow and then got really intense and then it kind of got nice.
Just tapered off?
Like it was the eye of the storm. Like on Monday, I was just like, oh, I'm getting over it. I'm feeling better. And then like the next morning, it was like, no, I'm back with a vengeance.
I've never had that.
I don't know if you can hear me. My voice doesn't sound as bad. A few days ago, I sounded like Barry White.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Victor. It'd be a lot easier if you knew all my references.
Yeah, just keep those references to yourself. How about that?
Do you know who Barry White is?
No, I don't.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. See that? That was a meme. I did that for you. This is going to be a weird episode. I'm sorry. At a time.
Are you drugged up right now?
Nope. Just a little sick. Sick of your crap. What?
We got over there for news. See sticky notes.
I got all sorts of stuff, Victor. There was a rumor this week about Moon Knight.
Ooh, I like Moon Knight news.
So the rumor is that the villain will be Stained Glass Scarlet. Now, before you say anything, I know what you're thinking. Finally, Stained Glass Scarlet is getting some screen time.
Yep, 100%.
I don't know who she is at all. Do you know who she is?
I know what those parts of the name are individually.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not familiar with her at all. Don't know who she is.
Got any cool powers?
Didn't look it up.
Perfect.
You know what though? Moon Knight doesn't really have like that much of a rogues gallery. Like there's Raoul Bushman. He's kind of his nemesis. He looks really cool.
Oh yeah?
He's like a mercenary, but he's got like full face tattoos and like gold teeth.
So he's like a better version of the Joker that we got in Suicide Squad?
Yeah. But less Jared Leto-y. Like Idris Elba could play him.
Yeah, who does? Like who is in his rogues gallery?
I think Werewolf by Night is, but I don't think Werewolf by Night is a bad guy per se. He showed up in his book. That's where Moon Knight first debuted. Yeah, he just kind of fights demons and stuff like that. So I'm not really familiar with his rogues gallery.
Nice. There'll be a character that we get to learn about.
Yeah, and they can kind of do whatever they want, and then there'll be only a few people who'll be ticked off.
Yeah, because like that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Like Iron Fist was the last one that came out that I knew nothing about. Yeah, I thought he was Asian.
He was not.
Yeah,
he could have easily been Asian, but they wanted to do a white guy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's like that in the comics, so makes sense. Speaking of Marvel villains, Victor, Shang-Chi, there was an audition tape that leaked.
Ooh.
And based on the dialogue of it, there's at least 4 villains showing up.
Seems like a lot.
Tiger Claw, Moving
Nice.
Shadow, Razor
name.
Fist,
Terrible name.
and Ghostmaker.
Yep.
I think I know who Tiger Claw is, but I don't really know who the rest of them are. But so there's also that rumor that there's going to be a tournament of sorts. So that could easily just be like, there's like 4 other
Cameos.
fighters. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Because he's also like facing the Mandarin in the movie as well.
Ghostmaker, though, terrible name.
What are you talking about?
It's like an elaborate way to say he kills people.
Yeah. There's also Deadmaker, his brother. And
you got any more up there?
No. Something about making people not alive. I don't know. I'm a little out of it tonight. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Coffin filler.
Sure.
Nah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a really lame name, but I guess these other two aren't there. All right.
Mortician's best friend. People call him Morty for sure. Okay, I read this news story today, and I find it so funny that I actually had to check to see if it was like The Onion.
Oh, one of those ones.
Parents of dead teen keep decorating his grave, and the cemetery keeps taking down the Halloween decorations.
I mean,
well, they showed a picture of it, and it's like the parents have decorated it. So it's like a skeleton, but it's like half coming out of the ground. And it's wearing a cowboy hat. Yeah, apparently, their son was, this is from in New Hampshire. I said that weird.
oh, yes, you did. I didn't want to say anything.
New Hampshire. So apparently their son was 18 when he died. He died of a heart attack right after a rodeo show.
Oh, no.
So the cowboy thing's starting to make sense.
But
anyway, they keep putting up Halloween decorations because apparently like their son had a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah.
And the cemetery keeps taking it down.
You imagine their parents just like went out and like grabbed a bunch of skeletons, a bunch of cowboy hats, just so they could do that.
You know what I find the most funny about this though?
What?
Is that it's not news, and it made global news. it made it to Canada. This is just someone being like, they keep taking down my stuff. Like that's
New
not
Hampshire,
an injustice or anything, right? Like it's not like, can you believe what they're doing in New Hampshire?
I guess, yeah, to report the parents. I was like, oh, maybe it made news because maybe just some random people were like pranking this one grave, but like, no, it says it's their parents.
Yeah, it's the parents complaining about the cemetery.
I got an article for you.
You got something?
Again, I don't know if it's real. It's not The Onion. Snowflake students at Oxford University are latest to demand clapping be banned because applause noise could trigger anxiety as they call for jazz hands to be used instead.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
I like how the article definitely has a take on it. Remember when the news used to not have an opinion? It was just straight facts. Now it's like, these guys are freaking snowflakes.
Oh, clubbing banned at Oxford University and replaced with jazz hands. Oh, it is real. No.
Can you imagine going to Oxford University not knowing that, and you like go to some ceremony, like someone's graduation, and everyone is doing like jazz hands, and you're just like, yeah. Seriously? Come on, guys. Give it up for him. He's graduating. What? You don't do this? What?
The rest of the world does. The rest of the world does this. What's wrong with you people? A respectful environment.
And everyone is just giving him like scornful eyes while giving jazz hands.
This is upsetting.
Yeah, it's a spooky world out there, Victor. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that became a thing. Like it's just, and you know that the people that complained about it, that put this into action, it's not anyone who would actually be triggered by clapping.
Oh no, of course it wouldn't be.
It's always someone on behalf of someone else, right? It's never like someone being like, you know what? Like I can't even think of a scenario where clapping would do that. Like some outrageous scenario where like a serial killer killed their parents, but clapped first.
Bravo, you walked yourself into a corner. Knife comes out. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy. Anyway, but like that person would never come up to like the board. It's just like, I'm
No, because it'd
sorry.
be embarrassing.
I'm sorry, but I'm really like my anxiety is triggered by people clapping. Could we just not do that? I don't know. Could we do something like
Can
snapping?
the rest of the world
maybe?
change to fit my needs?
But it's never that, right? It's always someone else on their behalf being like, I met someone once who was triggered by clapping. We need to stop this outrageous action.
You know what? I'm convinced that we just need another war, like another world war.
Well, I mean, I know you're joking, but like I think part of the reasoning is because we have it so good in life that it's just like, well, what is there to complain about?
This guy claps really loud and it's annoying. How about we ban that shit?
What? Can we ban milk? Because I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't think anyone else should be able to drink milk.
No, just like, like we have all those conspiracy theories about the world leaders kind of working together, kind of like keep us down, the people.
What do you mean we? I don't have this conspiracy theory. Are you saying we as a people or as we as in you and I? Because I am neither of those.
We as a people?
All right.
Just thinking, what if they just conspired to have like a big world war and just start drafting a bunch of people to like remind us?
Yeah, you say that until you're drafted. That's the thing. Everyone always has their like post-apocalyptic scenario, but in that scenario, they're one of the survivors. Like they were the ones that just rose to the top because they're the cream of the crop. Because you know what? I work out like twice a week, so
Oh, they see me as like,
I read books.
That guy. Nah, he ain't gonna make it.
In reality, you'd be bitten on the subway by the zombie. You'd be like, dang it.
I'm just bit on the subway by just a regular dude.
It just doesn't matter. Everyone's always like, yeah, I survived. I was like, oh, really? Really? You'd be like one of the people who gets coughed on. And then like now,
right in his face.
you have the zombie disease. People are so cocky when it comes to apocalyptic scenarios.
I'd survive.
You're going to be one of the people who die.
At some point, but definitely not the first wave because that's embarrassing.
But there's all those rules, right? You got to have cardio. Do you do lots of cardio, Victor?
I do.
Oh,
I do now.
You do now? Mm-hmm. Okay. I wouldn't be able to.
See, I'd go with my group of friends because they don't do cardio. And I just count each of them as like an extra life.
See, you'd waste all your time getting to them. See, that's the kind of thinking right there that's going to get you killed.
4 of them live near me, like within a couple blocks.
Tell them to come to you. That's how you do it.
Come here, guys. It's safe here.
You know what? But knowing your friends, they'd be like, well, I mean, we could do that, but like, let's really think about all of our options here, right? Like, because my place is kind of central to everybody else, right? And you know what? I got chips, I got dip. You know what? I don't have any like desserts. You know what? Sandra, could you bring a dessert? That's your friends.
I'm only laughing because that's probably pretty accurate.
I've met them. Oh, I know how it would work. And I need to have that one friend who'd just be explaining how to survive what's going on. And then while it's happening, like zombies are coming in through the window and he's just like trying to explain like why you should be boarding up windows. And as they're like reaching out, like he's the guy who is like, no, we got to stick together. Like he's the Sam Jackson in the Deep Blue Sea where he thinks he's doing an inspiring speech and then they just come in and grab him in the middle of it.
Oh man, I'm just picturing who that would be. To be fair though, my house, most power tools, most sharp objects.
I thought your roommate doesn't use power tools. Because he's a carpenter, but uses all the archaic
hand tooling.
He likes to hand tool.
I have the power tools.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't work though if there's no power.
They're battery powered.
I
gotta get a first wave out of them.
If it's anything like my power tools, the battery just has drained since like the last time I used it.
Oh, okay.
So you have to charge it again, even though you kept it in the charger the entire time like while you're doing the last job. And you're like, and so for the next time, both my batteries will be charged. And then the next job, they're just somehow both dead again. You would be fine with your roommate with all his hand tools. Does he have any long ones though? He doesn't. He has all these little tiny things, little shivs that you could use.
Chisels.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of chisels, right? That's not useful. You'd be like, here, zombie.
Those are sharp, man.
Just stand there while I hammer this into your skull.
Do I have anything cool in the garage?
You have a flamethrower, right?
Oh, I do have a flamethrower.
And a grappling hook. You still have that?
No, that thing broke.
Yeah, I figured it would. Didn't look like it was made to last.
I threw it over like a
Dead cheerleader. Sorry, what?
What? Concrete wall. And yeah, I didn't catch, so I pulled it out, dropped on the floor. I didn't want to catch it because it's a grappling hook.
Yeah.
And I broke one of the arms.
I was expecting you just like, I threw it over the wall and it just broke on impact. Whatever.
We got off topic.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about Marvel. The new Moon Knight stuff.
Is that really how we got here? Victor.
Oh, no, we got to the weird snowflake stuff.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, Victor, Netflix has been testing a new feature on their app, their streaming service,
where it doesn't automatically start a movie when you like trying to read the description. I would love it
if that was it, but no. They're testing being able to go twice the speed or 5.5 times the speed. So like half the speed.
Why?
I don't know, but a lot of filmmakers are pretty ticked off about it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
what? Tell me, Victor, what are you going to say?
Like for today, that would have been a nice feature.
Why?
Maybe I don't have 2 hours to watch a movie.
Then you don't watch a movie.
But I want to watch it. Kind of.
Like, okay, let's put it into your perspective. You're an illustrator.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were just like, hey, take a look at my art. And then a person comes up and just like puts a big giant flat piece of cardboard over half of it. And it's just like, wow, I really like what you did there.
Oh, so it's still positive though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're not, but maybe they put it on. They put the cardboard piece down. They're like, I don't know. It kind of just seems like it's not complete or something. I don't know. The point is they're not getting the full experience.
Yeah, the full experience would be sitting in the theater.
Perfect metaphor, okay?
I understand why they'd be upset because like, oh, you're not watching it the way I expect you to watch it. Yeah, but like I chose to do it this way because reasons that are unrelated to the quality of your movie.
I guess so, but I feel like you are the type of person who would not take that in consideration when you judge it. I don't know. I just think you're missing stuff because it's not just dialogue and plot in movies. Like some filmmakers actually think about the production design and like they like moments where you're sitting in silence.
But how often are people going to use that like playing twice the speed?
Apparently that's like Netflix put out a statement because the filmmakers were complaining about it and they're like, it's actually one of our most requested features to implement. And they could just be like blowing smoke, but these new our generation and the generation below us kind of could see people requesting that because it's always like, oh, there's never enough time. I want to watch all of Seinfeld, but like only have like a weekend.
You know why I call bullshit on that?
Why that?
Because I guarantee you that more people complain about the thing I complain about, which is you're trying to read a description of a movie that you highlighted on and it starts playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you're trying to you just want to like stop the show or movie you're watching, go to the main menu and then go to the kitchen and grab a new drink or make some food. But then it starts playing another movie or a bunch of previews. I guarantee you those have more requests than, I want to watch a movie, but in half the time.
Or I want to watch a movie in double the time. Please, can you slow it down? That one doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Like the only reason I can see that being a thing is like, because even when you skip through Netflix, it skips like a chunk at a time. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a fast forward. It's a skip.
Yeah. Maybe that's what people are asking for. And Netflix is like, oh, so you want to watch it at double the speed? No, I just want to see what I'm fast forwarding through.
Double the speed. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. That seems like Netflix. Yeah, because that's exactly right. Where you're just like, I wonder what this movie's about. I'm going to play the movie, okay? No, I just want to read what it's about. Is that Hugh Jackman on the poster?
It's playing.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Netflix.
I mean, same thing as fast forwarding, right?
Put a frame by frame thing on there. I would like that.
Maybe they're just panicking. They're like freaking out, trying to grab at whatever they can because they know Disney Plus is coming out.
Yeah, Disney Plus comes out real soon. HBO Max this week just announced like a bunch of stuff they're going to be doing. I didn't keep track of all of it.
What's HBO Max? Don't they already have like a...
I thought they did, but apparently they're doing like an updated one. I guess they already had like a streaming service for what is like currently on, but I think they're starting to actually get like other IPs and stuff like that.
They better not do this thing where, like Netflix, and there's like a Netflix Pro version where you get extra bonus content.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't make me pay more money.
Don't make me start pirating again.
Yeah. Victor, there's some trailers that we could talk about.
Heck yeah, we are.
All these are...
Start with the best one.
Okay. Code 8?
I said the best one, but okay. Code 8's cool.
That was the one I was most interested in.
Did I tell you I worked on that a little bit?
No.
Yeah.
Do tell.
They had a campaign for that on Indiegogo.
Uh-huh.
So me and another guy, we did the design for the campaign, and we were actually at the studio. I thought I told you. I met Stephen.
Now I'm vaguely remembering you talking about meeting Stephen Amell.
Yeah. And by meet, I mean, I yelled over to him. I was like, hey, I love you on Arrow. He's like, thanks, man.
And
good to have you here.
And then he gave you the finger, and then
and he salmon laddered up to his boat and then shot me with it. My friend has one of Stephen Amell's bows. Apparently it was like a signed gift for him.
Oh, okay. I was like, does Stephen know this?
Apparently the guy like shoots on his like free time while he was like doing Arrow for second and third season. So he was like big into bow and arrows. Cool. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think you would get into it a little bit, right? Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the trailer looks pretty cool.
Yeah, they've been trying to get this made for a while.
Oh yeah,
they did like a little short film, like as a proof of concept.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we talked about it. I think I remember wanting to talk about it, but it didn't happen or something. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, it's when they did the short film, I was like really excited about it.
Production looks really good on it.
It looks really cool. I had no idea it had superpowers in it because the short film was just like at least what I saw. I think maybe I only saw a clip of it, but it was just like the police officers like breaking in.
Yeah. Oh, I think they teased a bit of it. Like it wasn't a lot of powers, but they teased some of it.
Oh, okay.
So probably the special effects wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. Both Stephen and Robbie Amell are both from Toronto as well. So cool.
Yeah. I was trying to think, has Stephen Amell been in anything other than Arrow?
He was in a Ninja Turtles movie, played Casey Jones.
That's too bad.
Robbie Amell's been in quite a few things. He's been, because like Stephen Amell, he's been busy with Arrow.
Yeah.
Like that takes up most of his year, right? And Robbie Amell, he played Firestorm, I think, in the CW universe for a little while.
Oh yeah, he did.
And his character died, and then so he's been in a few movies since then, some smaller stuff, but yeah, I think he was on How I Met Your Mother as well.
I can see that.
Anyway, Code 8 looks really cool. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. It looks really interesting. It kind of has like a Neil Blomkamp vibe, like a District 9.
District 9, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Elysium. Yeah, so it kind of has that kind of vibe to it. Looks cool.
When's that coming out? Did it say?
I'm sure it did. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, Victor. Moving on. Jumanji, The Next Level, had a final trailer.
That looks... I completely forgot about that movie, but pretty pumped.
Yeah, it looks pretty funny. It's one of those things, though. They showed a lot of stuff in it. Like, that would have been a fun reveal to find out that Bethany was the horse in the movie. Or the fact that she goes back into Jack Black. Is this a Sony movie?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because I was like, why are they showing so much in the trailer? Yeah, that's a Sony thing.
I like the chemistry between Rock and
Kay Hart.
Kevin Hart. Those two work together great. I love it. But like, especially it's hilarious because like they're playing old guys this time. Was The Rock's playing what?
He's playing Danny DeVito. Yeah. And Kevin Hart's playing Danny Glover.
He was
Murtaugh.
Yes.
Riggs.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It to me it seems like it's just kind of the same movie again, but a little bit different.
Different environment.
Yeah, so we'll see if it has the same beats or not. But
It is a Sony movie.
well, it's also like what else can you do with that concept? So we'll see. We'll see.
Imagine they just did another time jump. It was in the future. That'd be cool. Futuristic.
It's not though.
I know, but it'd be cool if it did. Anyways,
It'd be a lot cooler if it was. The Witcher trailer.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that, Victor?
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, you gonna check it out?
Heck yeah, I am.
It comes out very soon, I think.
Is it a movie or is it a TV series?
It's a TV series.
Nice.
It's on Netflix.
You think they're going to do like all at once, or you think they're going to release it episode?
Netflix tends to do all at once.
But weren't they talking about doing it like on a weekly basis?
I know Disney Plus is doing that.
Oh, fuck Disney.
Whatever. That's a smart move.
It is.
Because it'll keep people going back to their service every week.
Exactly. But as someone who watches these things and doesn't know all the production behind it.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
I don't know if Netflix is going to do that. We'll see, I guess. But
well, I guess maybe once they see how well it does for Disney or how poorly it does, they'll probably adjust their decision on that.
Yeah. I'm still not sold on it. Granted, I know I'm not like a swords and sorcery guy, so it's not really my, like, I don't get excited about that kind of stuff. The last trailer was just so up its own butt about the lore that I was just like, I don't have any idea what's going on. This one I liked a little bit better because it was just like, here's what a Witcher is. You're a Witcher. This is about you. Like, this is about this character. And like, you just kind of get some supplemental stuff in the background. Yeah. There's one scene where there's just, it looked like there was just an orgy going on while she was talking to him.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, that was alarming. Because it was just like one of those scenes where it's just like flashing by. And I was just like, whoa, that was a lot of skin. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, okay, lots of people are just in the backgrounds, just rubbing up against each other.
It's cold out, Josh. You gotta stay warm.
Maybe put on some layers. I don't know.
That's stupid. That's like a last resort.
This is medieval times. People don't just have layers to put on. It's the Dark Ages. Yeah. So I'm not sold on it, but you know what though? I feel like even if it became like a worldwide phenomenon and everyone was like, you have to watch The Witch, I feel like I still wouldn't check it out.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No, I never got around to it. I was reading the books, but I think I'm like halfway through the fourth one or something.
I feel like if you can avoid Game of Thrones, you're probably good on like Temptation for that kind of worldwide phenomena.
Yeah. That's what I mean though. Like, even if everybody was into it, like I don't think I would be like, well, I better check it out then. It just hasn't grabbed me. Anyway, Victor, that's the news. Hooray.
So, in the theme, how can I?
I'm sorry, what?
So, in the theme of Halloween, this week we decided... Spooky movie, Josh. We just chose a spooky movie.
Yeah.
And not necessarily spooky and, oh, that was really scary. That monster jumped out at me. No, this is scary in a sense that good movie? Bad movie? I don't remember.
This is a weird sentence, Victor.
Yeah, shut up.
It's Van Helsing.
Yeah.
We watched Van Helsing. There's some gothic horror elements to it. It stars Dracula, Frankenstein's monster. There's a bunch of werewolves running around. There's a zombie for half a second.
Yeah.
Lots of classic monsters. And Hugh Jackman's here to shoot stakes into all of them.
I thought this movie was going to be... I couldn't remember if this movie was really good or really bad.
What did you think of it?
Surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah? You enjoyed it?
Let me rephrase that. It was very enjoyable, but it wasn't very good. There you go.
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was worse than I remembered.
Nice.
But it was fine. Like, it wasn't...
Like, it came out in 2004. So I think at that time, this quality of movie was fine at that time.
I don't think it made very much money or anything like that.
That makes sense.
This is just kind of the standard action adventure flair. You know?
Is it weird to think about? It's like back in 2004, there wasn't like nothing really set the bar extremely high for those kinds of movies, right?
You know what's weird to think about? Like, this movie, Kate Beckinsale is the biggest star in this movie at that time. Like, Hugh Jackman, the only other thing he had done
X-Men?
was X-Men.
X-Men 1, right?
I think X-Men 2 had come out by that point, or was coming out that summer.
Weird.
Because there's no one in this movie. Like Hugh Jackman has become a huge name now, but like...
Oh, where will that dude that we talked about, the blonde guy that helps Van Helsing?
David Wenham?
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of big and... Is he Australian?
I don't know.
I want to say he's Australian.
Sure, let's go with that.
He's not tall and muscular like all the others. So I don't know.
All the others like Hugh Jackman and...
The Hemsworth brothers and
the Hemsworth
Kate
brothers.
Blanchett.
Oh.
She's tall and jacked.
I don't think...
Have you seen her abs?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen her abs. But she's tall. That's for sure. Anyway, Van Helsing, Victor. Okay movie. Liked it. I really dug the concept of this movie, which has been done to death since then, probably even before then too. But Hugh Jackman plays Van Helsing, who's just a monster hunter. That's a cool idea. Are you familiar with the character of Van Helsing outside of this movie?
No, not really.
Okay, so he's from Bram Stoker's Dracula, like the book. And he was the guy who figured out how to kill Dracula. And he was just like a scholar. That's what he was. He was not an action hero who showed up in a duster and a giant cowboy hat and shot things. Like he was just like, this is an unholy thing. I bet he would respond to crucifixes and stuff.
So it was like a very tame, realistic version.
Yes, and this is like the jacked up, extreme early 2000s version of him.
You're like, what would happen instead of Van Helsing being a normal guy? He was Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Badass.
So I really like this concept. You know what? This is what I wanted the Dark Universe to be, like the Tom Cruise one that we talked about last week.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They were trying to modernize it and do it in the modern day and make it an action. Like do this. Do like just kind of larger than life gothic horror. And you could do action adventure elements to it.
It'd be cool if they did this, but like each movie was a new monster. So like maybe the first movie, they only introduced like zombies. Next one, there's only werewolves.
You just tapped into the number one thing I didn't like about this movie. It's too complicated. There's so much going on.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's break down the plot, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Dracula is trying to kill this entire family line.
Yeah.
All that's left is a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Van Helsing steps in and he gets entangled in the plot to kill Dracula. That's about it.
Well, that's it in its simplest form. But Dracula's plan is he has all these babies that are in like cocoons with his 3 brides and like thousands of them. He has been productive, let me tell you.
Probably all those came from one of his brides. Only one.
Only one? I thought it was like each time they tried, it was from a different bride.
Ugh.
That would suck if you're the first one. And then it's just, oh no. It's like, it's okay. We'll try again, but with her kids. So anyway, they're all in these cocoons in order to give them life because vampires can't have live babies because they are dead.
Makes sense.
By definition. In order to give them life, they have to use Dr. Frankenstein's machines to harness the power of lightning, channel it through a body, and then it'll come down and give life to them.
Makes no sense.
So throughout the movie, he just tries a regular dude, and then he tries a dude with werewolf blood in it, in his system, and then he finally finds Frankenstein's monster, and that seems to work.
I guess. Also, you notice this movie could have ended at the 33-minute mark?
What is the 33-minute mark?
Van Helsing and his weird traveling friend arrive.
Carl.
You say Carl?
Yeah, that's his name. He's
What?
Friar Carl.
Wow, I totally missed that.
By the way, Van Helsing works for the Vatican. Go around slaying monsters for the Pope.
And at the Vatican, they have this little underground laboratory where they have, it's basically James Bond's like headquarters.
Steampunk James Bond. Yeah.
Yeah. A bunch of guys in the background testing weapons.
Yeah.
It's really,
Did you like that or no?
I liked it because it was kind of goofy, but it was stupid.
Yeah.
I like that he has backup, but it was it'd be kind of cooler if he didn't.
See, I liked like it because out of all the actors in this, Hugh Jackman is the only one kind of playing it straight. Like he's kind of giving it some gravitas a little bit, like playing Van Helsing like a real character. Everyone else is kind of over
character?
the top in various degrees. Like Kate Beckinsale is kind of doing the same thing as Hugh Jackman, but her accent is so terrible that it kind of seems like she's over the top as well. But like Dracula is awful, like just chewing on scenery. All of his brides are as well.
Oh, they were the worst part of this movie for me.
The brides?
Yeah.
Then Frankenstein's monster, he's kind of over the top, but he's over the top in like a 1930s movie kind of way. Like it seems like he's playing to the genre more, or like the influence.
He's very dramatic.
I loved when he would bellow stuff, when he'd be like, go! Like he had like a vibrato.
Oh, 33-minute mark.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Kate Beckinsale's character is cornered by two of the vampire bride, or the Dracula's brides.
Yeah.
Van Helsing is outside. He's running away from one. He dips his crossbow into holy water and kills the third bride.
Yes.
As he kills her, or as he's killing her, the other two are like ready to take a bite out of Kate Beckinsale's character.
I think her name was Anna.
There you go. There it is. So yeah, they stopped, like their teeth were about to touch her skin, and they like pulled away because one of them died.
Yeah, they were pretty ticked about it.
He could have just killed her and then flew off.
Yeah.
Never seen this. Like, oh, this could have been a much shorter movie.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier, like I think this movie could have easily been just about Dracula, but like not like involving all these other master plans.
Yeah,
like this could very well have been just an origin for Van Helsing of like, you need to go and investigate this, and it turns out to be this otherworldly thing. I don't know. I hate it when reviewers pitch a better movie or try to pitch a better movie when they're reviewing something, but I wish that's what the movie was.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of, I think even the writing was a little bit off. Just the way, I don't know, the way it was, because like there were so many times where like the bad guy has the good guy on the ropes, but then they spend so much time talking and like dancing around killing them that the good guys escape.
Literally dancing.
Yeah. It's kind of irritating, especially when it happens like a third or fourth time, fifth time.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm out of it. I just forgot what you just said to build on it. I'm sorry. I'm sick. Yeah, that is irritating. What you just said. I remember. I totally remember.
Wait, what I talked about or what I said?
Both. I totally lost what I was going to say. I don't know what it was. I can't even concentrate right now.
What did you think about Mr. Hyde at the beginning?
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Right?
I was so into that. So the movie starts with the introduction of Van Helsing is he's hunting down Mr. Hyde from The Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They do that weird thing though, where they make Mr. Hyde into the Hulk.
Yeah, he's huge.
When in the book, he was like Wolverine. Like he was a little tiny guy.
Yeah.
He was just really
jacked up.
Yeah. Just wide and strong. But yeah, like that's what I mean. That's what the movie should have been.
Imagine the first one was just hunting Mr. Hyde down. That'd be cool. And he didn't know about Dr. Jekyll. So then like sometimes he just like jump into a crowd and escape into the crowd by turning back into Dr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like it just should have been that. It should have just been like Van Helsing searching for monsters. Mm-hmm. This could have been a franchise. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Should have been. That being said, I really liked the creature designs. Not so much Dracula's bat form, but I liked the brides when they were in bats.
Actually, I thought the CGI for them was really good because they would change, like they would go back and forth between vampire and human form. But when they're human, they're in like typical clothes, very like princessy clothes.
Yeah, like their wings would kind of come down and they turn into like the drapery on their gowns or their dresses or whatever they're wearing.
And then when they morph back into vampires, like all that just like morphs back into like skin.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't look bad when they do it.
See, that's the thing with the CGI in this movie. I don't know, because sometimes it looks bad, but I'm like, is it bad because it's 2004 or is it bad because it's just bad? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't tell. Like the werewolves, they were
pretty decent, I'd say.
What did you think of the transformation that they would rip their skin off instead of like growing hair? Like the beast was within them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was kind of cool. But then when they go back into like human form,
They just rip.
they're ripping the fur off.
Yeah.
This is like a Russian doll effect.
It's just never ending.
How many layers are there, man?
Yeah. They're like onions. Wait, that's ogres.
Huh?
It's a Shrek reference, Victor. Jeez. It's like you never had a childhood.
Kind of not. So the werewolves thing, that's kind of one of my gripes, this movie.
Yeah, why are there werewolves in this movie? Sorry, but go ahead. What's your question?
I was like, you're questioning just the werewolves? Well, like, so they transform in a full moon, but when there's clouds covering the moon, they transform back.
Uh-huh.
And then when the moon is uncovered by the clouds, they transform back into a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Does that mean it has to be a direct line of sight between the moon and the werewolf? Because like you walk past a bookshelf. Oh no.
That's a good point. Not to mention the timeline of this is completely weird because there's a full moon the night that Van Helsing first goes to the town, Transylvania.
Uh-huh.
And then the next night is also a full moon because the brother shows up twice, 2 nights in a row.
Mm.
And then it's a full moon when they're in the carriage, when they're trying to drive back to Rome because the werewolf attacks then.
Yes.
In the middle of the day, I might add.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's when what's his face
Van Helsing gets his little bite.
And so they go back to Castle Dracula after that. And at the stroke of midnight, Hugh Jackman turns into a werewolf.
Oh, they said after he got bit, they were like, oh, you have 2 days.
Why 2 days?
Until the next full moon.
How many times is the moon full in this town? Like, is it every 2 days? Because in our world, it's a month.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's this movie took place over 4 months.
So he was bitten by a werewolf in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Potentially during a full moon. And then had 2 days until the next full moon.
There's a full moon somewhere, right? Right?
Yeah, maybe that's why they traveled so far that they're going
following
with the moon. Yeah, that's the thing is they have all these rules about these monsters that have been established in other movies.
Mm-hmm.
So like the werewolf shows up and they're like, no, we have to use silver bullets. Or remember Anna was chiding Van Helsing about like, because the first time Van Helsing and Dracula meet, he stabs him with a stake and that does nothing. And then he like
puts a crucifix
in his face and that does nothing. And then Kate Beckinsale's like, why did you think that would work? You know, you think we haven't tried this? We've been going at it for 400 years. And it's like, well, why wouldn't, like, how does he even know these are the rules? Is this the first time he's dealt with vampires? Like, why would he think to use holy water? Why would he think to use silver stakes? Why would he think to use a crucifix? And like, that's the thing with the gearing up scene as well. Like Carl gives him like garlic and all this other stuff. And it's like, well,
I guess he has then.
Yeah, maybe they have some knowledge of vampires. So there's that. And then there's like all the rules with the werewolf. And it's like, and then they like make Dracula's like the way to kill him needlessly complicated. Only a werewolf can kill him, but he can control werewolves. So,
oh yeah.
And he can only kill him when he's in his bat form or something like that. It's so needlessly complicated.
I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, that's how they explain the legend. And then like Van Helsing is apparently a fallen angel.
What?
He's actually Gabriel. Did you not catch that? I guess I was talking through the last 10 minutes of it. That's what Dracula was explaining to him at the end. He was the right hand of God.
Left hand. He said, I heard left hand of God.
Jesus is the right hand. Yeah, so Gabriel would be the left.
Come on. Really? What?
Anyway, so like, yeah, so because his name was Gabriel Van Helsing, right? And then he talks about remembering stuff. Like he remembered a fight at Macedonia or something like that. And Carl was like, that was in 73 AD. How do you remember that?
Huh.
Also, Van Helsing is Wolverine. Like not just Hugh Jackman. Like this is Like this is the plot of X-Men 2. Because he's a warrior who doesn't remember where he's from. He's good at what he does, and what he does is not very nice.
Oh shit! Yeah,
he has some really wicked, cool hair.
Do you think they just copied X-Men 2?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
that'd be a really
Steven
cool
Summers
movie.
really liked it.
What if this was instead of mutants, werewolves and vampires? Huh?
And he goes to Dracula, apparently a man from his past who's the bad guy, who promises him to give him answers about his past.
Give him his memories back? Ooh.
Yeah. And at the end, he's like, there's some memories worth forgetting, bub. And then he turns into a werewolf and kills him.
Makes sense.
That's exactly what happened in X-Men 2.
Perfect.
And then after that, Hugh Jackman walked out of Castle Dracula and he was like, there was a helicopter right here. And then Jean Grey turned into the Phoenix. And the dam burst. And then Brogue showed up with the X-Jet.
Did you say Brogue?
Did I say Brogue? It was with the cough voice. Then Rogue shows up with the X-Jet.
And then Van Helsing lived happily ever after.
Yeah. Yeah, this is X-Men 2, but with less Nightcrawler. Although Carl, kind of same personality.
I mean,
he's a monk. Nightcrawler's a priest.
A friar, was that what it is?
He was a friar, yeah, so it's training to be a monk.
But he's kind of like Nightcrawler, because so at the end of the movie, there's this ridiculous bridge. It's so long.
He teleports, is that what you're saying?
Yes, because Anna swung from one side of the bridge to the other. And in that time, Carl was able to cross half a bridge and save her.
Yep.
Probably teleported.
Yeah, this movie's X-Men 2.
Would you say better or worse
than X-Men 2?
Yeah.
Victor, X-Men 2 is the greatest X-Men movie that's been made.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. Remember we talked about this? You have a crappy opinion on the X-Men movies because you're dead inside.
No, they just kind of suck.
Oh.
What's so good with the X-Men movies?
Really? You want to get into this now? Now, Victor?
Kind of. Give me three things that make the X-Men movies great.
I'm not saying the X-Men movies in general. I'm saying X-Men 2.
Oh. Yeah, I remember X-Men 2.
What, have you seen Van Helsing?
X-Men 2. Yeah, it's coming back to me. Is that the one where they start off? No, that's not the one they start off with, like the Sentinel battles, is it?
No, that's X-Men 3. That's in the danger room.
Ugh. The cigars he's chewing was disgusting in that scene.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one where it starts off with Nightcrawler is in the White House.
Oh.
When they then the Stryker comes to the X Mansion with all the military guys, and Wolverine goes nuts and kills a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. That's when you first meet Colossus too, isn't it?
Yep, Colossus in that. And, Siren has a little cameo. Some Shadowcat action. Yeah. Anyway, X-Men 2, 2 thumbs up. One of the best X-Men movies, if not the best. It's debatable. Some people like Days of Future Past and First Class a lot.
Days of Future Past.
Oh my gosh, Victor.
Ugh.
Actually, you're going to tell me Apocalypse is your favorite.
What? Why?
Okay, good. So you're not complete idiot.
I watched Days of Future Past. I think I watched that in theaters by myself because I was bored.
All right.
And I was ready to leave halfway through the movie. I've never walked out of a movie before.
Yeah, something's wrong with you. I think, were you dropped on your head as a kid? Or?
No, I dropped myself. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. And up until now, everyone's been really nice and not mentioned it. Anyways. Van Helsing, Victor. Van Helsing. What did you think of Dracula?
Guy's weird.
Right? He has a weird look too. He has
he's from the 400s.
Well, he's got long hair, but it's in a ponytail.
Makes sense.
But it's almost a pompadour and a ponytail, and he's got 2 single strand side bangs on each side.
Mm-hmm. That's how you.
And then he constantly is get it out of my eye.
Yeah, it's a style choice, Josh.
Yeah,
it's called fashion. Look it up. But so beginning of the movie, when you first introduced to him, after he's done screaming and like hissing at his brides.
Oh, that far. Because he's in the black and white prologue as well. You're talking about like after.
Oh yeah,
in Transylvania when he's just.
Oh, after like the brides go back and they're like, oh, we
one
lost.
Of the brides had died, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
They're like clamoring at him for something, and he like hisses and like roars at them, and they like freak out and they like cower behind a pillar and like a weird table.
Yeah, but like, see, when you describe it, it sounds like a legitimate scene. But if you're watching it, it's literally just imagine a grown man like growling at two women and them going like and like backing away. Like, because like in your head, while you were describing it, I was imagining a way where it looked terrifying.
But imagine if that wasn't a vampire situation. It was just a husband growling at two women
in their poly relationship.
But anyways, after that scene, they glide backwards, embracing each other into a wall, and the wall like freezes up. What is that supposed to be?
I think that was them doing it.
They're just frozen. It's like,
but his bed was like, because he had a coffin
that he was also frozen in.
When he's asleep, it's frozen solid. Don't know why, but when he wakes up, it like melts down.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time we see him because the bride had died, and he like wakes up. He's like, Mariska!
And then like literally 2 minutes later, he's like, I don't feel sorrow. I don't feel pain or joy.
Because I'm a vampire. Like, that's literally his delivery. I feel no sorrow, no pain.
And then he breaks into song for a few minutes.
Right? Like, he's a stage actor. They say his Lear was the Toast of Croydon, wherever that is.
Good.
Anyway. Yeah, he's an interesting villain.
But what is the freezing part? I just don't understand that.
Because he's dead. Because things can't live in the winter. I don't know. There's like a whole ice theme to his palace, his castle. Like, why does his castle have to be like hidden? That's another thing that's like, why is it so complicated? Can it just be like no one knows where it is? Like, why does it have to be like, no, you have to walk through a painting and it's in another dimension? Like, just have it be somewhere off in the distance where it's like, we can't get there because the woods are impassable.
Oh, wait. It's not a different dimension.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they had to walk through a portal to get there.
Because it was hard to get to.
It's a stupid concept.
It's a really stupid concept.
That is to say, we've been complaining about this movie. But I actually really enjoyed it. I love the concept of it. I love the way Van Helsing looks. He's got a cool silhouette. That's a artist term. I just mean he looks really cool.
Like if you were to bust through your house door and you just saw his silhouette,
like a cartoon. Like it's a perfect outline of him through your door. No, like I like that he's got the cowboy hat that's a little bit overly tall. Mm-hmm. I love his giant duster jacket, and he's got the cool crossbow, even though it doesn't make any sense.
He shoots a lot of arrows out of that thing.
Like way too many. Like
at one point, like he's rapid firing it the entire time. And it's like, oh, it's terribly inaccurate.
There was one point in it where one of the brides was following Kate Beckinsale, like at ground level, like gliding down to grab her, and he's like firing at her at the bride. And it's like there's a point at where like Kate Beckinsale runs across, and he's literally just firing at Kate Beckinsale.
Oh yeah, he's stormtroopering it, just like tracing her outline.
Yeah, and it's just like it just happens to not hit her.
It's terribly inaccurate, but then he switches it over to semi-automatic mode, takes aim and shoots one, and it like hits one of the brides in the foot dead on.
Yeah,
you should do that more often.
Yeah, maybe take some time and aim.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't be a dick.
Just shooting from the hip the entire time. Yeah, I really like his costume. This score is like the best thing in this movie.
Yeah, I missed all of it.
Oh boy, you should just listen to it. You know what? I'm going to play a little bit of it right here. Isn't that great? Like that Alan Silvestri composed it. So he's done stuff like Back to the Future, Avengers, other stuff. Victor, shut up. I'm allowed to geek out on music. You baby.
It's past my bedtime.
Anyway, I loved the score. That's my favorite part of this movie, actually. That's actually what made me want to watch it. When we were figuring out what movie we were going to watch this week, I had just listened to the score, and the movie was kind of stuck in my head because
you were actually listening. That's weird.
I listen to movie scores at work. You don't do that? No.
I listen to podcasts.
Oh, who listens to podcasts? That's silly. Well, anyway, the score is really good, Victor. Take my word for it. Now the listener knows because they've heard some of it.
Are we gonna get sued?
You don't get sued. You get demonetized. But we don't make any money anyway, so who cares?
Nice.
Yeah, I liked this movie.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know if I'd leap at watching it again.
Like, if I mentioned this to one of my friends and they were like, "Oh, I've never seen it. Should we watch it?" I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd watch it through it again.
It's just one of those middle of the road ones where it kind of has just a cool enough concept and it does its job well enough. It doesn't like necessarily stick the landing, but
it doesn't drag on really.
No.
Pacing's pretty decent. It's a fun, easy watch.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the definition of fine.
That's pretty good.
And plus, Hugh Jackman has some epic hair in it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty dreamy.
Yeah. Let me just consult my notes real quick. I think we hit everything. You know what? I did have a point that I wanted to make. Kate Beckinsale dies at the end of this movie.
Strangely.
You know
Strangely.
what? I kind of like I applauded that movie. Oh, sorry. I jazz hand the movie for that. Because it's like killing off a main character. Way to go. Like, I didn't feel anything for it because, like, who cares? But at the same time, I was just like, that's pretty awesome that they went there. That it had a little bit of a tragic ending, and then they do their funeral, and they burn her Viking style. And it could have just been a nice moment where he like looks up to the sky, and like you kind of get from his look that's like, yeah, now she's in heaven with all her family, like she always talked about. But they have to ruin it by showing her face up there with all of her family. And she's like, I'm okay now. Like,
well, there's a tear that runs down her like face.
Yeah, and like Abraham Lincoln's there, and
oh wait, it'd be funnier if they did it with the clouds, like Simba's dad,
like Lion King. Remember.
Exactly.
Actually, earlier this week with the cold, I could do a pretty good James Earl Jones impersonation. Now, not so much.
Is that depressing?
Yeah.
You lose that cool, like raspy, sick voice.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I could do when I'm sick, but then it just goes away.
It's like you gotta just record them all so you can reference them later on in life.
Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say about Van Helsing. Victor, were you glad you rewatched it?
I am glad. Because now I know. Much better than I remembered.
Yeah, it was okay. Warner Brothers or Universal, whoever made the Dark, I think it was Universal. Remake your Dark Universe. Have another go at it. But do it like this. Do it like, make Van Helsing your main character. Make him your Iron Man. Cast Hugh Jackman again.
Wait, didn't they?
Don't make him a werewolf or an angel. Just make him a guy who's really smart, and then just have him go on adventures fighting different monsters. And you can still have Johnny Depp be an Invisible Man, and that's him tracking him for a movie. That's a cool idea. And then have Javier Bardem be your Frankenstein and have him track him for a movie. And then have some guy be Dracula and kill him.
He's a big bad.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't there... Do you remember a like TV show or movie that starred Frankenstein, but he wasn't gross?
There was a movie.
It was a movie?
I don't know. There's been so many Frankenstein adaptations. There was one a few years ago that Aaron Eckhart was in. There's one I actually kind of liked that James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe were in.
Oh yeah, I just saw that
Victor Frankenstein.
Sorry, I'm Googling it, but yes.
I liked that one a little bit. It was an interesting idea, but
there's a Frankenstein Chronicles starring Sean Bean.
All right. Victor, do you have any like affinity or like love for these classic monster characters?
I do. I like old school like monsters like this. Cause like I don't know, I you don't see them anymore. You know, like these are very simple monsters. They're very like simple origins. Where like everything now, it's like everything's very overly complicated from a different dimension, some tragic backstory.
Yeah, it's weird that they've all become like a species. Like, because when it started, like Dracula was just a guy. Like he was a demon who would
I see what you're
come
saying.
around and like bite someone's neck. And now it's like, I go to high school with a bunch of vampires. And, you know, and like werewolves, I think, again, that was just kind of like, it was rare. And then now it's like,
It was always like the one, right? That would bite a few guys and then you got to go after the main guy. I want to see a mummy, like a proper mummy, not like a mummy that has like all these superpowers. Be kind of cool if like, you know.
Oh, that was always the thing though. Like even the 1930s one, he didn't have like superpowers, but he was like really good at like putting people in trances. Like he had this like evil stare that would like make people kind of go like, ooh.
So the Chinese zombies,
Chinese zombies
with like vampires. I can't remember, but they don't walk, they don't fly, they like hop. They have like their arms out in front of them.
What?
And they kind of hop towards you.
Like bullfrogs?
Kind of.
All right.
But it was like, I remember watching this one movie like when I was younger, and that's kind of why I was like interested in it, because like the concept was really cool. This guy and his girlfriend went to this like haunted mansion. I guess it was a dare or something like that. And like this vampire / zombie creature was like kind of, I guess it lived there. It died there and it lived there. It came back to life and it was kind of like just chasing them around the house. But the entire movie was just them trying to escape. But like the house was on lockdown because magic.
All right.
And they were trying to like figure out, like the whole movie is just them running around the house trying to figure out how to kill this thing based on like all like the pictures on the walls and like all the books that they had in the library.
That sounds like a video game. That sounds awesome.
But like, I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cool. Like imagine like that kind of concept for like a mummy movie where they're just trying to escape from this zombie or this mummy, but they're just locked in the tomb. Like a small scale movie. I don't want like zombies with like crazy superpowers that control all these like insects and sandstorms.
I get what you're saying. I think there is a place for both though. Like I really like the Brendan Fraser action adventure
those
movies.
are good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because it's like you see enough blue beams shoot into the sky, like it'd be kind of cool to get something like an Ant-Man movie, you know?
Even that's kind of big. Like,
was it though?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you could go even smaller.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I really like the old monster movies. I really like the old like Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff and even like Claude Rains. I really like those old Universal movies. It's weird that they've all been kind of lumped together. Mm-hmm. I guess that's because they started crossing them over. They were the original crossovers, by the way, was the Universal monster movies.
They were the original ones?
Yeah, they would happen in the 30s and stuff. Like it would be like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like those. I would love to see a movie series where it kind of revisits them and retells their story. And it doesn't have to be this huge, giant thing. It would be kind of cool to do a series of them and kind of have some connective tissue between them. But you don't need to, you don't need to make an Avengers type movie at the end of it. Like it's just do it like the Insidious movies or whatever they're called, like where it's maybe the same characters here and there investigating different stuff and they're all kind of connected. And
at the end, they all meet up for one giant Megazord.
What did I just say?
One giant Megazord.
What? It's like you look at me and you nod along and then you just say the opposite of what I said.
Yeah,
I'm like I don't want to see that, and you're like, yeah, but what if we did the exact opposite of what you just said?
I don't remember you mentioning Megazords, Josh. But at the end, there's small movies leading up to that point, but then it's like, oh, big finale.
Oh boy.
Summon the dinosaurs.
Victor, why don't you wrap it up? All right. I hope this episode's okay. I really can't remember anything we've talked about. I'm so out of it with this cold.
Yeah, I'm ready to pass out.
Yeah. And you haven't slept all week. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm going to use that as an excuse. for my.
Well, no one's going to listen to this one anyway because nobody likes Van Helsing. Yeah.
Anyways, that has been our review on the 2004 Van Helsing, because we all know you guys were craving that.
Next week's Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, I'm so excited for that movie.
I heard it was good.
Oh, I heard it was bad. I heard it was boring.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
look forward to that next week.
I'm excited.
But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about Van Helsing if you remember it, or if you decide to rewatch it with us.
You just assume everyone has seen it.
Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman.
Right. Everyone just has his entire filmography just on repeat in their lives.
Do you not?
No, I've never seen Australia.
Anyways, if you want to get in touch with us directly, you can email us at averageuninformed@gmail.com. Yeah, we'll talk to you next week about Terminator Dark Fate.
Bye.